What's up, everyone? Welcome back. So, Bitcoin has been showing a little bit of weakness here over the past couple of days as we have seen some selling pressure near the all-time highs. So, we're going to discuss what is going on with Bitcoin as well as crypto. But first off, I wanted to start out with this. The jobs numbers came in and there was only 12,000 jobs added in October due to the impact of the hurricanes as well as strikes. So uh, that is not good as far as the jobs numbers go, and this is the worst number that we have seen since 2020. Of course, there will be more ongoing things with these numbers that we'll have to take a look at as we get more data. But I wanted to bring that up first because the markets did sell off in the overnight and into this morning. We're showing weakness until this came out as the U.S. stocks rebound after a strong Amazon result. So we're going to discuss Amazon as well as some other stocks. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. All right, guys, let's get into it. It is Friday, so Amazon is testing the all-time highs, setting at right around $200. So we got a gap up. Yesterday we had a gap down, so it is a gap fest right now. So it seems like there is a lot of volatility heading into the elections. As we suspected, we know that the volatility normally picks up heading into the U.S. elections. And yeah, this has been really interesting here the past few days as well as the past couple of weeks. Um, so we will keep an eye on that, but of course we still think overall we are in an uptrend, and that will most likely to continue for the next 6 to 12 months. So that is important to keep in mind when we take a look at the broader macroeconomic data. We do suspect that there are rate cuts, more rate cuts will be coming. So we should have another rate cut here in November. And generally speaking, that will be good for the market. So can Amazon make new all-time highs here? Well, we'll have to watch the charts to see. But right now, Amazon's looking good. Another stock that I mentioned several days ago now was Google, because we had this inverse head and shoulders pattern playing out, and we have a measured target from that pattern of right around $193, which put us back up to the all-time highs. We had the gap up on earnings the other day, so that was good. Now it looks like we're just coming back down to retest this area to see if we can confirm this previous resistance and flip that into support. So anywhere down around these levels looks like a good entry for Google. Um, MSTR has been really hot here lately, sitting at 244, and it looks like we are trying to determine which way we want to go here. We've got some indecision candles. So will we move higher? I think long term, yes. But could we see a further pullback? Well, it is possible, but something to keep an eye on here for MSTR, as Michael Saylor announced yesterday that they're buying uh, $42 billion more in Bitcoin. So that is very interesting. Uh, yeah, Michael Saylor and MSTR has been one of the best performing stocks over the past year, and this thing has been on a run. Um, we also have this coming out in regards to the Bitcoin ETFs. This posted over on X by 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗋𝗄, and so he's talking about the BlackRock ETF took in more cash than other ETFs in the world over the past week. So that is interesting as well. These uh, Bitcoin ETFs just continue to be purchased up. People are buying, these institutions are buying Bitcoin, so that looks very bullish for Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Another stock I wanted to mention is Robinhood. Robinhood has been on an impressive tear here lately, sitting at 23.70. And as you can see, we have our upward sloping trend coming back down now, possibly going to retest that trend. It did hit our first take profit zone right around that $27 to $28 level, then rejected from there. Of course, we've got higher targets here over the medium term. I do think this stock is going much higher. And if we did something like pull a Fibonacci from the bottom of this last move up to the top, where you can see we're coming back down towards that 618 right now. So that will be something to keep an eye on. But I do think here in the next few days to next few weeks, we should see some more positive signs, possibly for Robinhood. Um, right now, heading into these elections, there is a lot of uncertainty, and so the markets does not like uncertainty. And I think you are going to continue to see that for the next uh, couple of days or possibly the next week or so as we head into the U.S. elections. Another stock that has been hot has been Coinbase. So Coinbase setting at 187, and really it hasn't even been that hot. Actually, as you can see, Robinhood making new highs for this cycle, yet Coinbase still to go back up and retest those highs that we had earlier this year. Um, so yeah, I do think that Coinbase will do well once Bitcoin breaks the all-time highs and the crypto markets take off. But yeah, just kind of pulling back here, heading back down towards that trend line. Of course, we had this downward sloping trend line, and we mentioned once we broke out of that, we thought we would go up, possibly retest that, and we had a measured move. And we hit that pretty much to the T. It's amazing what happens whenever you use technical analysis with your trading. So that was pretty interesting. Of course, we rejected from there, going back down to test a couple of these lower levels. But I do think that anyone that's looking to get in on this stock and invest or trade with it, I think a lot of day traders will be looking at this level. Of course, this is a stock that I would be looking to more or less trade probably through this cycle. Some of the bigger stocks, you could hold those as longer term investments. Of course, you could hold something like coin for a longer term investment, although I think it is more one of those stocks that you look to trade. Uh, Another market that I'm keeping an eye on is the HSI. So we had that big run up into October and that sell off. But right now we are putting in a pennant formation. So I'm looking to see if we break to the upside, then I do think this market's going higher. There is the possibility that we do break to the downside and go down to test some of these lower levels. But right now, HSI sitting at 20,506. And some of these China stocks are starting to look interesting again. This is Baidu, ticker symbol BIDU, setting at $90.81. So Baidu here really this kind of looks like a potentially a good entry point. We came down to the 786, anywhere between the 618 and the 786 is known as the golden pocket. We did see a bounce there, a couple of days ago, coming back down to retest that. Looks like we're going to close that gap there if we haven't already. And so I do think that this stock does go higher over the medium to long term, as we have found somewhat of a basing formation pattern here on the Chinese markets over the past year or so, particularly over the summer. And a lot of these stocks now are basing off as we come out of that downward sloping trend line from the recession in China. But you can just see what some of these Chinese stocks do whenever they get going here in just a matter of a couple of weeks. This stock, just for example, did nearly 44%. So, as a longer term investor, would I be afraid of getting in here? No. As a trader, probably not. I'm actually looking at potentially taking a position on this myself, but just kind of waiting to see what happens with the overall China market. We do know that they are planning on doing more stimulus. We do believe that is coming. I did hear that there is the potential that they may add more stimulus right after the election, so that will be something to keep an eye on. If you are interested in buying stocks, ETFs, or options, you can do so with Robinhood. Robinhood offers a lot of different options when it comes to investing and trading, and they just launched their new trading platform. So I just saw this morning, so that looks very interesting. So if you are interested in trading, you can do so with Robinhood, but Robinhood allows you to begin investing and building your portfolio just as little as $1, and they allow commission-free trading. Plus, they offer Bitcoin and crypto as well as gold. So if you're interested, there is a link down in the description below. What I like about Robinhood is they allow you to buy fractional shares. So if, say, you want to buy a stock that is $500, but you only have $10 or $50 to start with, you can do so with Robinhood. And they also offer one free stock when you sign up. Plus, if you use the link below, you'll receive an additional share of that stock. All right, guys, let's get into Bitcoin and crypto and what is going on there, because this market is looking very exciting right now. I am an investor and trader, so I trade all these markets, including stocks, commodities, and crypto. But nevertheless, the crypto market is looking very interesting right now. And first off, I want to start off with the market cap of the BTC dominance. So basically, this indicates when Bitcoin is strong, when this is rising, and when it is falling. That is when these altcoin seasons kick off. And really, right now, Bitcoin dominance is rising, actually past our box here of what we thought would act as resistance. There is the potential that this could go on up to, like, say 61 or 62%, or possibly a little higher. But nevertheless, we are looking for the rejection on the Bitcoin dominance to give us the signal that the altcoins are going to start running, and we expect that here very soon. But first off, we need to see BTC break the all-time highs, and right now Bitcoin is sitting at $70,000, coming back down to retest some of these areas here to see if they act as support. I do suspect that we may see a little bounce here for Bitcoin, possibly in the next day or two, but I do think there is the possibility that we do go a bit lower, come back down to possibly retest this $68,000 range or $67,000 range. I do think that is a possibility, but I do think that that area probably most likely will act as support. You can see here as we broke out of this downward sloping trend line, we came down to retest that area. Wick do it a couple times, but that acted as support. So I do think this area will hold up here. Um, there is the possibility that we do go lower, but we have several support levels below, including 65,000 as well as 63 and of course 60. But I don't think we're really going to go back down to any of those levels because this pattern here is a Wyckoff accumulation. And really, this is our final stages here in that pattern. And this is the SOS signal, the sign of strength. So we are testing that area again. Typically, we will range in that area for some period of time. I imagine it will be probably through the election. Once we get through the elections and have the results, well, then I think Bitcoin will make a decision, but I do think the probabilities lie to the upside here, and I do believe we are going to be breaking these all-time highs here very soon because we know Q4 is very strong for Bitcoin as well as November. Typically, uh, shows a about a 44% return. So that will be something to keep an eye on, as well as the US dollar has been really strong here the past several weeks and rejecting off this box that we've had on here for a while now that we thought may act as resistance, previously acting as support. So we're looking for the dollar to reject, and that probably will be when Bitcoin and crypto will really get started. So right now the dollar sitting at 104.20. A couple of the other altcoins been looking at here is Solana. Solana setting at 165. Solana has been looking very strong. We had this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which gives us a target right around $200. And of course, that was some of the highs that we were reaching there earlier this year. So I do think that Solana goes back up to that area, and once altcoin season uh, takes off, I do think Solana is going much higher. Once we get above this area, then I do think Solana is running much higher, probably at 260 to $300 level here over the next several weeks. Uh, but I think that is still just a little bit away, but not very far. Probably by the end of the year, you're going to start seeing these altcoin season or altcoins really take off. Um, Another coin that's been very strong lately is SUI, ticker symbol SUI USD, setting at $1.99. And SUI's had quite a run here through September into October, pulling back here briefly over the past week or two as the markets started to cool off here a little bit. But coming back down to test our 382, and we are seeing a strong bounce. So I do think that this area will hold. Typically, these stronger coins and stocks, when we are in an uptrend, the 382 will hold. So I don't think it would go lower unless there's something that causes the markets really to freak out and uh, sell off quickly. I do think there is the real possibility that the overall stock market uh, does go lower here in the coming days and weeks. So that will be something to consider. But I don't think we're going to see anything out of the ordinary. Maybe that typical 3 to 5% pullback in the stock market looks likely. But yeah, overall, these markets just keep going higher. Another altcoin is Ethereum. Ethereum has been lagging some of the other altcoins and we had the Ethereum ETFs come out earlier this year, where uh, they were hoping that the ETFs would see some similar results to what we saw with the Bitcoin ETFs, which have been very strong this year. Some of the best performing ETFs ever. Uh, but Ethereum didn't have that strength, and I think that really has to do more with when it launched. It was supposed to launch later in the year, then we found out it was launching earlier, and so everyone got excited, but the crypto season was just not quite ready for that. Um, so I think that's why we did see this sell off. Nevertheless, Ethereum here sitting at 25,016. We have this pennant formation. We thought if we broke out of this, that may act as support. We fell back through it, but I think anywhere in this area is probably one of your last opportunities to buy Ethereum at these prices. There is the possibility we do go back down a little bit lower, but nevertheless, I do think that uh, this altcoin season is coming very soon, as well as Bitcoin. Like I said, I do think after the elections, you will see probably most likely Bitcoin go break those all-time highs. And whenever that happens, then you're really going to start to see some of these altcoins move. Um, Also, the meme coins have been strong. Meme coins isn't something I ever really thought I would be investing in or trading. But the more I learn about these, and there's certain narratives that do play out during these cycles, such as AI and potentially gaming. But this season, or cycle rather, it has been all about the meme coins, and the meme coins have been ripping whenever these markets go higher. And this is Dogecoin, of course. Uh, you have Elon Musk involved with the elections and governmental, I guess, efficiency program. So uh, Elon is on fire. Everything he touches has been great. And so, yeah, I do think Dogecoin is benefiting from that right now. And I just pulled a little fib because once Doge broke out of this pennant, or inverse head and shoulders, however you want to look at this. Uh, we did think that this would act as support, and so basically what I did is pulled a little Fibonacci off of this last run up here, and you can see right now Doge is maintaining that 382. So there is potential it could hold this level. Of course, if the markets do go lower, there is a real potential it could come back down to retest possibly the 618. So that's something to keep an eye on, which is right around 14 cents, point 0.8. And so, yeah, Dogecoin has been looking very strong here. I do think Dogecoin does go higher. We have our next take profit zone right around 26 cents. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, or Doge, you can also do so with iTrust Capital. I use iTrust Capital, and there is a link down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. They allow you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 in a tax advantage IRA. Plus, when you sign up, you get an additional $100. So be sure to check that out as well. And don't forget to go follow me over on X at Mind of the Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So you can follow me there as well. But I post anything that I see that has to do with the markets, including stocks, commodities, and crypto. So be sure to go follow me there. And I have been investing and trading for over 20 years. I've really gotten more into the trading aspect of things here over the past year or two. And yeah, so I wanted to create this channel to help more people create financial freedom in their lives. So be sure to like the video if you like it, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Also, drop a comment down below and let me know if there's anything you want me to take a look at, uh, or if you have any suggestions on how I can make improvements to this channel. I do appreciate it. But anyway, guys, it is Friday, so I know you guys are excited for the weekend, as am I. Be out anyway. As always, take care. Have a great day. Until next time, guys, be legendary and peace out.